Hunt or Die is being brought to you by Matthews, Lost Camo, New Archery Products, Tinks, Lone Wolf Portable Tree Stands, Stealth Cam, Carbon Express, Hunter Safety System, Heartland Wildlife Institute, Moose Utility Division, Pine Ridge Archery, and the Can Cooker.
Hey everybody, welcome to another exciting episode of BowHunt or Die. I'm going to be your host for this week, Justin Zarr. As you can tell, Todd's not here. He's actually out in a tree stand right now trying to kill another deer. Now, I know a lot of you people out there are a little bit upset about that recent presidential election, but don't let that get you down because we've got some awesome bow hunting action on this week's show. First off, we're going to bring you an awesome late October bow hunt from right here in Northern Illinois. It's Tom Alford. He's actually hunting not too far away from where our offices are at, and he goes in, does a little bit of scouting, hangs a new set, and well, you're going to see what happens.
Here we go, we're going to get it done tonight, find out where the deer are moving on this piece of property, and if we don't kill one tonight, we're going to have a new plan for tomorrow. We need to find out where they're at.
BowHunt or Die.
BowHunt or Die, October 26th. Here we go. Is it 26th?
27th.
27th.
Booyah. No.
Set that I just hung the other day, and it's just ripped up. There's rubs, there's scrapes, there's trails, there's food, there's acorns, there's cover, there's everything in here. This is just absolutely perfect. Gotta get the war paint on. Alright, well, I'm gonna get settled in here, give things a little while to calm down, and I'd probably start calling with the horns. So here we go, BowHunt or Die day. It's perfect. I got like a 30-yard maximum shot if they're in the woods here. This spot is just ripped up here. I mean, it's just grass, and you can see they've been all over in here. There's like 3 fresh scrapes, a bunch of rubs. And they're only 40 yards off the field edge, so they can come and get corn when they want and go back in. I mean, it's perfect, perfect. 30 yards to the corn, so there's no way I'm shooting longer than 30 yards. They're either gonna be on one side or the other side. Well, I just missed a turkey, but the funny thing is, the last time I hunted here, I shot the double drop tine buck, and right before he came by, 3 turkeys came by. So maybe it's gonna happen again tonight. Unfortunately, now I got an arrow with my scent right smack dab in the middle of that little lane with a glowing knock on it. If something does come by, it's definitely gonna hit that and either book or smell it. Alright, I'm done turkey hunting. The birds have moved on by. The sun's starting to go down a little bit. So I'm gonna hit the horns together. See if I can't coax one in. Here we go. See if that brings the big dog in. I just smoked a monster. To me, that's a monster buck. I don't even know what he is. I think he's a 10-pointer, but that's why you shoot Matthews right there. And I just put the hammer to him. Richie's about 100 yards from me. And I'm gonna call him right now and tell him the good news and get over here with the lights, because I just drilled a giant. Yes! Bow hunter die, baby. All right, well, that was extremely awesome. I actually went back, reviewed the footage, and he's not even a 10-pointer, he's an 8-pointer, but I don't even care. That right there was a goal that I've had for so long. I started filming him when I was 18 years old, and I've never self-filmed myself shooting a nice mature deer. I've done it with some does and some little bucks, but that to me is a nice buck. I don't even care what he scores. That's what I'm talking about right there. Self-filming, bow hunt or die. All right, well, that was the easiest tracking job ever. We're driving through the field, got Jay-Z driving, going to pick him up and start looking, and he's dead right here, right on the edge of the field. Can't wait to get my hands on him. There he is. Sweet. I've never even seen this buck before. This year I had 0 trail cameras out here. I just started hunting and scouting the old-fashioned way. About 3 days ago, walked the field, found some scrapes, found some rubs, and just basically got in between. He came out, worked one of his scrapes, and shot him at about 27 yards. Perfect mainframe 8-pointer. Yes! Bow hunter die. Doesn't get any better than that.
That right there was a classic example of a late October hunt. You know, those bucks like to get up out of their beds just before dark and start checking their scrape lines, which is exactly what that deer did. You know, it really paid off for Tom. He went in, he scouted the fresh sign, hung a stand, and obviously was able to get a shot at that buck. Now next up, we're gonna join me right here in Northern Illinois as I look for a little bit of self-filming redemption. Well, good morning once again from a tree in Northern Illinois. It's the morning of October 27th. Beautiful morning, 30 degrees, very slight west-northwest breeze. The bucks were definitely on their feet and moving last night, so let's hope they're doing the same thing this morning. I got my second doe of the year on the ground. You know, she gave me a great 20-yard shot. I drilled her, put that kill zone right through her shoulder. She ran right over here. I heard her crash. She probably didn't make it 60 yards, I would say. So we're gonna give it another half hour, sit in the stand, see if anything shows. Well guys, we just climbed down from the stand. She was standing right in here when I shot her, so I'm gonna go look for blood, look for my arrow. Got my lone wolf right up there. If you can see it. She was only 20 yards. I'm pretty sure she ran up here and just piled up. So got a stealth cam over here. I'm gonna check real quick and get her out of here, get home, get showered, and back in for the afternoon. So let's do it. Half of my arrow anyways. She's right here. Guys, she's right here. She's in there. You can see her there. The kill zone puts him down again. Just recovered my doe. She only ran about 60 yards or so. I mean, this kill zone broadhead is absolutely devastating. It blew through her front shoulders, not through the actual bone, but right through the front shoulders, through both of them, took out both of her lungs. She made it 60 yards and piled up. So I mean, I don't know if you guys can see that hole. I'm sorry, it's a little bit gory, but it puts an absolutely devastating hole in these animals. So it was nice to get a little bit of redemption, finally get a self-film, perfect shot on film. You know, I could have shot a couple deer last night. I passed a real nice 3-year-old buck that I actually passed last year also as a 2-year-old, kind of hoping he's gonna make it another year, but it was all in all, I guess, a good morning. It was the only deer that I saw, but she didn't run far. We only got about a 80-yard drag out to the road. We'll get her loaded up, get home, get showered, get back in the tree stand this afternoon. Well, I have to admit, it actually felt good to finally film myself shoot a deer and get the whole thing in the frame for once. You know, even though that was just a doe, it was still a great hunt. Now, since then, I haven't had a lot of luck. I've been seeing a lot of young bucks and a lot of does, just nothing close enough to shoot. Hopefully this weekend my luck changes. Now, next up, we're gonna run up to northern Wisconsin with Todd Larson. We're gonna see how he's been doing up there.
Chase is in the #1 stand, the scrape line stand, and I'm back here in the field stand where I've seen a number of deer coming through and some nice deer we've seen on camera as well. Absolutely perfect night to be hunting. There's hardly any wind and the sun is shining, so I'm hoping that these deer will be moving through here tonight. So hang in there, hang with us, and bow hunt or die. She didn't go 20 yards and she dropped right out here. It was absolutely perfect. It was a perfect shot. It's a nice big deer. I'm so excited. Oh man, how cool is that? First deer of the season on this hunting property, and I'm thrilled to death, man. I'm thrilled. Hey guys, it's October 15th and I finally got a shot at one of these deer that have been around our property that we've been scouting on for the last month or so. We took this lease on just a couple weeks before the opening in September. Chase and I worked really hard to put a lot of stands in a lot of different places and try to figure this whole thing out. And you know what we did? Tonight, before 6 o'clock, this nice mature doe came through back behind me. I could hear her kind of walking through really quietly. And I don't think she's from the area because she really had no idea what was going on once she got out to that field. It's on the mineral station. So I was just really patient. You know, it's really hard when you're filming yourself and doing all that stuff. I didn't know if she was going to take off or come back around or what she was going to do, but as you can tell by the video, she came in, I held my own, she did her thing. She came right around and presented a beautiful 20-yard broadside shot using the Knapp blood runners cut on contact, and you can see the hole that they put in. I mean, it's amazing. She didn't go 20 yards from where I hit her, and she fell over dead.
You know, for Todd's first self-filmed deer harvest, I think he did a great job. You know, he's hunting up there in the big woods in northern Wisconsin. You know, most of the area is really thick, but he was fortunate to have this little clearing that he's hunting over, which makes filming a lot easier. I know Todd and Chase have been seeing some pretty good bucks up there. They got some nice deer on their trail cameras, and with the rut on, hopefully they get one in front of them before the season is over. Now we're going to stay in Wisconsin. We're going to do a quick check-in with our buddy Neal McCullough. He's got Grant Jacobs behind the camera filming them. They're over in west central Wisconsin, and let's see how they do.
It's October 28th. It's a beautiful day today. We sat this
stand about a week and a half ago after they cut this corn, and we saw 2 deer way out. Very surprising, but the weather's changed significantly now. We got a full moon that's going to rise before the sun sets. We got tons of scrapes and rubs all along this boat. As we were walking in, we saw tons of them. It's going to be a fantastic night, so I'm pretty bummed up. I think we're going to get it done. Bow hunt or die. Was incredible. That wasn't a huge buck. That was probably a 3.5-year-old. Pretty good 8-pointer. And he had me shook up. He came in last place we expected. He came in at like 6 yards. I was shaking like a leaf. We got deer all around us, so I can't talk long, but it's a clean miss. I shot to the left. But oh, bow hunt or die.
You know, one thing Todd and I have always said that we enjoy about Neal and Grant's hunts is the raw emotion and enthusiasm that these guys have. Obviously, it wasn't the biggest deer in the woods. In fact, I think it was only a 2-year-old after you look at the footage, but you know what? Neal didn't care. That deer had him so shook up that he looks like he just rushed the shot and missed it. Believe me, it happens to all of us. We've all been there. And at the end of the day, that's what bow hunting is about, the raw emotion and the excitement that you feel when you've got a deer within shooting range. Now, next up, we're going to check in with Tyler Rector down in central Illinois as he has an encounter with a giant buck that he calls Cactus Jack.
Side of this ridge. That's where most of the deer are probably going to be, but I can't even shoot over there. I mean, we did not cut near enough trees down. I think all the deer are going to be over there. I just hope Cactus Jack don't walk over there, because I'm not going to be able to shoot him. This close. Smartest deer I've ever tried to hunt. It's like 7 years old. I mean, it's just smart.
Wow, that was a real heartbreaker. You know, you may not be able to tell in the footage, but that buck Cactus Jack is well over 200 inches. You know, Tyler said it in the interview, he wanted to have his stand on that other ridge, but you know what, the wind conditions just didn't work out. He had to put his stand where he was at, and you know what, he missed the opportunity, but hey, that's just part of hunting. Tyler is not the kind of person that's going to give up on that deer. I know he's had several encounters with him since then, so let's hope he can wrap a tag around those giant antlers before the season ends. Well, as always, we want to take a couple seconds to thank the people who sent in their trophy photos for this week's show. Chad Stats, Jeremy Tompkins, Nick Benedict, Derek Veldkamp, and Lucas Earhart. Hey, congratulations everybody, those are some awesome trophies. Now remember, if you want to see yourself right here in an episode of Bowhunt or Die, all you've got to do is log on to bowhunting.com, click the Submit Your Trophy button in the upper right-hand corner, and we may feature you in next week's show. Well, that's all the hunting action we have for this week's episode of Bowhunt or Die. Now, next week, we're going to be bringing you 2 more hunts that took place in late October. We've got Clinton Fawcett, who killed a giant 170-inch deer, and then we've got Dean Krieger up in Minnesota, who killed a beautiful 145-inch 10. So for those of you guys hunting this weekend, we got warm temperatures, rain, wind. I don't know how good it's going to be, but it's November. You got to be out in the woods. Once this front blows through and that temperature drops next week, if you got any vacation days left, call in sick to work because you're definitely going to want to be in the woods. So check back next week right here in Bowhunt or Die, see how we do.
In the meantime, don't forget to check out facebook.com/bowhunting for daily updates, news, photos, and other exciting information. We want to hear your opinions and your stories, so join us now and like us on Facebook.
I think it's going to be good. I think it's going to be really good. Sing this. Hey everybody. Hey everybody. How's it going?